Yeah.
Right, here we are. Welcome back, Gasheads. Welcome back to another episode. Apologies for no episode yesterday, but yeah, we are back for something different, a Friday episode. But yeah, plenty to talk about, including, the George Friend saga, Ricky Martin coming in, the Birmingham defeat, getting into Bolton later on. Cole will be on in around 20-25 minutes, so he'll come on, give us his thoughts on Bolton. We'll have to get his thoughts on what he thought of the result as well. The reverse fixture seems mental. We were literally just talking about it since then. I think we've lost 4 games in a row since that game. Since being buzzing with those 2 wins against Bolton and Huddersfield, yeah, we've lost 4 in a row. 22 defeats now after the Birmingham game. Of course, a lot of positives to talk about, but it don't really matter unless you get any points. But yeah, welcome back. Get in your comments in the live chat. Of course, if you're watching back after, then please do leave your predictions. We'll obviously get into those in a little bit later on. But yeah, plenty to discuss. Leave a like, subscribe, follow Josh and Neil as well. Follow the podcast on socials if you haven't already. And yeah, like I mentioned, another defeat. It's funny, an interesting stat as well. Of all 3 Gatlin O'Donkor goals, they've all been headers, which is quite interesting. I thought I'd get that one in there. All 3 really good headers as well. 3rd goal in his 8th start. That's another thing. We'll get into him personally because he was up there with probably the top 2 performances of the night. I think everyone would agree with that. But yeah, he got his first goal after coming back from injury. But like I said, there was so many positives. One of our probably top 4 performances of the season. But yeah, nothing to show for it. Even though Birmingham, I didn't think were that good, but they still found a way to win, which good sides do. But yeah, getting to you first. How are you, mate? You good? Been a good week?
Yeah, mate. Just keep on chugging on, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Josh, how are you? How's the
honestly,
week?
that will be on Neil's gravestone. That is my next tattoo, I reckon. Keep chugging on.
Let these not grind me down, mate. Don't worry about
that. Yeah, fair. Yeah, no, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I've had a nice chilled week, actually. I only worked twice, so lovely stuff for me, mate.
Yeah, that's all good. But yeah, we're getting to it. Hello to a few people. We've got Ben Gill. For some reason, it's not letting me get the comments up, so I apologise, but I'll try and read them out. So we've got Ben Gill, Chris Colley. Chris Colley is actually watching from hospital. He's actually having an operation, so get well soon, Chris. I hope you're back on the mend soon. Even into Ben Rowland, Liam, Bolton Wanderers 01, even into you, Bolton fan tuning in, even into Charlie, Keegan as well, always showing a lot of support to the podcast as well. Fall on Blue, even into you. Anyone else, Match Channel. So yeah, keep getting your comments, leave any questions. But yeah, we'll get into it. I'll start off with you, Josh, first. 3 changes for the game against Birmingham. What did you make of those, and what was your overall thoughts on the performance? Although there was no points, what did you make of it?
The changes, squeaky when they first were announced. I was a little bit squeaky bum, but I must say that I thought that the 3 changes did well.
Yeah,
actually, I will be honest about that. I thought they did really, really well. I think that Taylor Moore being the lowest rated out of the back 4 or 5 shows how good the defense were in that game. I thought he was superb.
Yeah.
The 3 changes were just raised a few talking points, but they answered it well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think you asked me about the game. Is that right?
Yeah.
The game. Oh, mate, I honestly thought we were going to do it.
Yeah,
I thought we were going to do it. When a couple of seasons ago we played, I want to say Sheffield Wednesday away, live on Sky, Josh Coburn.
Yeah, Josh Coburn, when we drew 1-1.
I just thought we're live on Sky again. We're going to put in a good performance. We like to. I remember I messaged Jed because he had his hair trimmed, and I said, "Oh, for the Sky cameras then," and he laughed about that. And I thought all the boys will be up for it. They're live on telly. Like there's going to be scouts and stuff, and we played like we were. It was a fantastic performance. Yes, we lost, but it's Birmingham, lads. Do you know what I mean? Like £20 million transfer budget. Like their striker cost more than our club, and that's obviously a stretch. But there you go. It was
the song that they were singing.
Yeah, exactly. So it was. I felt proud. I felt a sense of pride. But on the other side of things, it's a two-faced coin, because I also was sat there thinking, you absolute knobheads, Gas. Why have we not? Why do we not do this? From lower beneath us, Mansfield, they were nothing special. And if we would have went at them as we did against Brum, like I just, it was a feeling of pride at the same time. I'm still of the opinion that I got slated for this, but I'm still of the opinion that the penalty was slightly soft. I know that his hands are up here, like I get that, but
not quite up here, but they
He just can't get out of the way of it. But I did feel bad for Connor, because that's 2 game-losing errors in a week for him, I suppose. But other than that, Gats was superb. Kofi was superb. I think that again. I just think it's frustrating, because you're watching that and you're thinking, go on then, boys, like what a performance this is. And then a dubious, maybe soft pen, whatever it is. I mean, listen, what I will say, just to be devil's advocate, is if we don't get that the other end, I'll be fuming. I'm hypocritical, of course I am. But I thought we were great. To a man, we were great. And gutted, absolutely gutted that we didn't take any from that. And of course, Burton won. So it was frustrating. It was frustrating, and it's more frustrating because just where has that been, lads? I know it's 4 on a bounce, and I know we've lost the game, but I'm coming in here thinking like they look like they gave a shit, and I can't quite say that for the 3 games before that. A kind of a long-winded answer of saying like happy, but also worried at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. What was because I've seen obviously a lot of thoughts from people on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, on the substitutions. What did you make of them?
Yeah, they didn't work. Yeah, they didn't do anything to affect the game. But what I will say is that, and I agree with you, Char, I said this in the video that I posted on TikTok, you had to take Kofi and Gats off. You just had to.
Yeah.
Anyone saying that he shouldn't have done that, I don't. You need a bit more context, a little bit, because Kofi. I saw in your video you said that Kofi's yellow was soft. Have a day off, mate. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing.
I just thought it was a little bit soft.
The whistle had gone. He ran for on goal and slotted it in the net. It's a yellow, but he's also. I see what you mean. He's 18. Yeah. He's fired up. He could have got himself sent off. And Gats has come back from 3 months out. He had to make those subs.
Yeah.
What I don't understand, like you said as well, I think Hutchinson probably should have come on, but Hutchinson isn't the answer, I suppose, in a lot of the cases. But look, they didn't work. They didn't work. But that's fine. We needed to make subs. We don't have another striker really. So it's I thought that they were the subs that he needed to make. Gats can't stay on for 90 minutes.
No.
I tell you what would happen, right? If he stays on for 90 minutes and goes down with an injury, every man and their dog is saying, why have you not taken him off?
Yeah.
So you can't win. But yeah, I mean, the subs needed to happen, and he made them.
Yeah, 100%. Even into Tom Butler as well, saying club is a shambles at the moment, starting with the Matt Taylor interview. Yeah, we will get onto that, all that stuff after we've talked about the game. Yeah, it's been a madness this week, but we'll stay up. I've no reason to change my mind, even into Dave Brimble, Huddersfield Gas, even into Harry Jenkins as well, Ian Chad Bond as well, even into you, even into, even more. So, thanks to everyone tuning in right now as well. Keep hitting the like button. Charlie Keegan saying you can see the disbelief and desire when they were celebrating Gatlin's goal, absolutely buzzing. Yeah, I mean, that's the main talking point. That's what still frustrates me right now. You know, I don't want to mention the games or the opponents who we've had again and getting those results. But all those games and really good performances, and that's the frustrating thing, isn't it? Is when we play like that, you think, where's it been? Because
where has it been? And
90% of the season, it's been really, really bad.
I always remember, and I remember Neil spoke about it in depth when it happened. Do you know when we beat Charlton 3-2?
Yeah, the Charlton game 3-2.
And it something just it felt different, and since that night it's felt different against every big side we've played, and that's all well and good. But if you're not beating your Crawleys, you're not beating your Shrewsburys, you're not beating your whoever it is, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Like, what? Why can we not go and replicate that? And maybe it's because they're more physical. You know, I don't know, but it's just frustrating to see, because it's all well. I tell you what it is. It's all well and good maybe beating a Birmingham, a Bolton, or a Huddersfield every now and again, but that's twice a season, boys. Like, you need to go and beat all the teams in and around us, and it was a great performance from us, but frustrating. I wouldn't say it's the best performance of the season, but
no, it's just definitely up there. But yeah,
for sure. And
it's not the best.
And it was just, oh man, it was frustrating to think. It's just, I know it's all a bit of what ifs and stuff, but again, Neil mentioned last week, you can't always be a on your day player. We can't always be an on your day team.
Yeah, that's why we find ourselves where we are.
Where we are.
Yeah. I think that's the most annoying thing to take from the game, because obviously we all went in there. All really, like, we should have all know from all the good performance we get in. Like, it was never going to be a game there that we got battered in. But because we've seen it so many times, and because obviously we were all frustrated, after the last few weeks, or what we've seen throughout the whole season, the large snippet that we've got, that we've already seen with only 6 games left, is that that's the most frustrating thing. Like you said, the amount of games we've put in, and
another frustrating thing is, other than Keshi, they weren't great.
No.
So
he was unreal. I said it in my video.
Absolutely,
he was a joke.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. He was.
So I feel a little bit more like, we really could have actually got something from that game. It's not just a case of the gas heads are getting it. We actually genuinely could have got something from that game, and
we should have won the game.
How did Ruel miss?
Yeah, that's just, I couldn't believe it.
I was celebrating. I was already off the show.
Yeah. That's the thing, though, isn't it? We talked about it. So many positives, but like you said, you have to, because we were on top after we scored that goal. Well, I think even after they scored, about a few minutes after they scored, we were on top for majority of the game. We had the better chances, but like you said, you just and that's the thing. Obviously, before the game, pretty much every Rovers fan and their dog were like, it's a free hit. But during that game, it's so frustrating, and we should have got at least a point. Definitely. At least a point. And that's the most annoying thing. Yeah, Charlie saying, lovely free kick routine. Yeah, good ball in from Kofi. Yeah, Taylor with the header back across. Watching on Sky, says Ben, ball just skips off the ground for rules. Yeah, I think he should still score, even if it skips. He has to. 1-1.
Well.
He has. 1-1 as well. If we go 2-1 up, then it's a really frustrating thing. And you obviously mentioned about Taylor. That's the second. Obviously, I'm not blaming Taylor, because even I said, at the game, I was like, nah. Just in the moment, I was so angry. I was like, nah. Birmingham been given another penalty. The ref couldn't wait to give it. But obviously, looking back at it, I still think it's a bit dodgy. But I agree with what you said. If it was us, I'd be absolutely fuming.
Fuming.
So it is what it is. But that's the second penalty against Bolton he's conceded. Obviously, the other one at St Andrews in the 2-0 loss. But I can't moan. Like you said, it was everyone putting a shift. Gatlin, Kofi, brilliant. Taylor Moore, yeah, done really well, and so did everyone else. But yeah, the subs, I agree. I think maybe if people at the game were probably like fuming when Kofi come off and Gatlin, but they would. I think most people would understand that. To be honest with you, Neil, onto your thoughts. What did you make of it?
My overriding feeling of it all, from looking at that game and then the result and full, like, without being too blunt about it, it's fucking insulting. That is, it's insulting to put that performance in now.
Yeah.
Sat 20th against. Look at the sides we've put performances in against. It's insulting, and then you're going to do what you do away from home. Like, if
good point,
you can't be applauded for what you do on a Tuesday night home against top of the league when the cameras are on and you've all gone and got yourself trimmed up and for a big hitter, and then go and do what you do away at Crawley and what you've been doing all season, like the Huddersfield performance away and the Charlton performance away, and just like I said, on your days, and then show up when it suits you. Like, if I've been in the position, sat in a change room at full time after that sort of scenario. If I'm Calderon, I'm raring up at them. You can't do that. That's insulting. What you've been doing since August, and then churning out these sort of performances. Yeah, we fell short, but against, the Boltons and the Huddersfields at home, etc. And we're picking up 6 points in a week against good sides, and everyone's talking a load of shite, of truth be told, about turning the corners. There's no such thing as turning the corner this late in the day. This side is what it is, and the culture is what it is. Like, there is no it. We get away with it if we stay up this season. Completely get away with it if we stay up this season. But yeah, if I'm Calderon at full time, I'm digging them all out. What is that? What have you put in there that you've decided that you're not going to do week in, week out?
Yeah,
well, it's not on, is it? It ain't on.
No.
So as far as the overriding thing as well, we've run them close, we've done well, we've lost out to a penalty, etc. It's immaterial. You've gone toe to toe with them, top of the league, who are going to win it in second gear. And the reason a side like Birmingham don't look great is because they choose not to. They'll get to winning that league, and they'll be fresh as a daisy going into pre-season. They've not expended anything. They've cruised it. They've absolutely cruised it, and they've done it. They've cruised it because the bigger picture is not League One.
Mm-hmm.
They'll all come back in the summer, lean, trim, fresh. So the objective's been achieved by Birmingham, really. That's why they don't look fantastic. They just go about their business and get it done, and then they're partial to death. But as far as us as a side, my overriding feeling of it was insulting, to be honest.
Yeah,
and it, like I said, you get to Blackpool, and whatever happened at Blackpool, if we stay up or we don't, it's the last thing them lads want to be doing at Blackpool if they do stay up is walking around that pitch and expecting like a round of applause. You know what I mean? They've been abject. They've been abject.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. Like you said, we've seen it, and rightly so as fans. We were all, proud and getting excited after after we beat Bolton and Huddersfield, and then, like you said, you go back away from home, play like a pub side, especially at Crawley, and you look at how many wins have we got? Is it 12 league wins? And I think, I don't know off the top of my head, but I think more than half of those games have been against sides that, top half at least, or at least teams on really good form. And that's the most frustrating thing about the whole season. Like you said, that's the first thing that come into my head, and even coming up to half time, was why are we playing so good? And the game before against Mansfield and Crawley and Wigan at home and Wigan away, Charlton away, all these performances, and we're dreadful.
I tell you what, as well. I tell you what's jarring is all in my comments section and all in your comments section and all on Twitter is Brum fans saying, "How the hell are you in 20th? Like, if you can play like this?" And I was thinking, you have you have no idea.
And then you'll have Crawley fans saying, "How are you not rock bottom?"
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
that's what I mean.
This is what I'm saying about this lot. This is what I'm saying about this lot. You can't turn it on when it suits you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You can't
That's
turn
what
it on when it suits you. It's
So
insulting.
to answer your question, Charlie, why do we play like that? Because we're on Sky, mate, and we're playing Brum. So I was sat here thinking when Gat scored, I was buzzing, but I was also thinking, of course we have. Of course we've scored now.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, yeah. To be fair, there was a Bolton fan in the comments, Liam, that said that, like, are you still Jacqueline Hyde? When haven't we been?
Yeah,
it's literally been like it, and like you pointed, like you pointed out though, like you said, like Neil said, Crawley fans will be thinking, bloody hell, like, you've not scored a goal against us all season. Like, how are you still in the battle to stay up? Like, how are you not bottom? Because that's what I mean. It's crazy, isn't it? You can do all these things against all these good sides, and then when teams, I mean, up until the last couple of performances of teams near us, we were having a good record against them, but it's mainly been, the teams mid-table, really. I mean, you look at Wigan, you look at Rotherham, Stevenage, Blackpool.
These are the ones that we've talked all season. I've mentioned it about sides that we've gone up against, the big hitters and that, and we've said, like, yeah, okay, there's certain games that we haven't won, but they won't define our seasons. The ones you've reeled off just there, Will.
Yeah.
The ones you've just reeled off there, Will.
Bread and butter.
Yeah. It's been absolutely crazy. It's crazy. Charlie with a good.
It really is. Sorry, but it just, like, if you actually deep what we've just said, it really is crazy. This season has been absolutely ridiculous because rival fans are thinking that we're better than we are, and we're sat here thinking, yeah, Neil's right. It's almost an insulting performance because we know why they've gone out and played like that. Where's all this when you're traveling to little old Crawley who have absolutely spanked us and they've run us ragged, and it's just like 5-0 against Lincoln. I went, of course it is. And then when we equalised against Birmingham, I went, of course it is. Because we're just absolutely like this. And
it's mad, isn't it? I mean, I laugh about it, but I mean, everyone's the same. The amount of the frustration and even anger and whatever other emotion, like you said, from 1 week. I mean, look at it, like you said, we'd had that before we drew to Shrewsbury and beat Bolton and Huddersfield. I think it was it 4 or 5 games without a win, and we were absolutely even Shrewsbury. Really, you look at them, look at them now. They're going down, and we're like 0-0, and then the next 2 games you put in performances like that, and then you go back to normal again and lose.
We've lost 22 games of football in the league. We've lost 22 games of football in this league. 22.
There's more to come.
Yeah. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, lads.
It's crazy.
Oh, the gas.
It's
just brilliant. This bit here is my favourite part of the season, I'll be honest.
Favorite part of the season.
Just us chatting because I can't get any enjoyment.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say yeah. I mean, it's almost. I'm almost losing my words. Like
it's not in our hands anymore, is it? Technically,
no.
Technically, it ain't in our hands anymore because
especially
the goal difference.
Game in hand.
If the goal difference is that bad,
Crawley is it 8 better than us? They're goal difference.
Yeah, 8 better, and they went and I know they lost the game, but they scored 3 against Peterborough. Like it's just, I know they do ship a few goals, but we ain't scoring 3 against Peterborough. I know we did, but like I know we did. But when the going gets tough, we
just fold.
We just fold, and Crawley just look right up for it. And I said the other day, Burton's running is quite tough, but someone did also reply saying, well, they've got Exeter, they've got people like that at home as well. So they can pick up those points. I'm nervous. I'm nervous now. It's when we were saying, oh, we might go down, I was never fully convinced, but boys, we could actually go down. Like, that's mad.
Yeah. Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. I mean, there was a good question, from Charlie saying, are these performances under Calderon still more promising than those under Taylor, despite the frustration of inconsistency? I'll go first. For me, the away, I mean, you would expect something to have changed away from home, but it's literally been the same as it was under Taylor. Home games are obviously definitely more better, but then even then, I think there was a stat that I think we've won the same amount of home games as Taylor has. Is that true this season?
I'm not sure, but if you're just talking about performances, I mean, now we're business end of the season. What it looks like on the eye is by the by. Getting beat. Going down's going down. You know, like it's irrelevant, to be honest. As far as on the eye, definitely preferable, because obviously the writing was on the wall early doors. Like at the end of the day, when you've got a manager that is waiting to get paid up and go, like you've got no chance. Like nothing's going to get galvanized, nothing's going to get better. It was always going to stink every week. But the performances have been improved. But like I said, getting beat's getting beat, no matter how you look at it.
Try clicking on the comment again, Charlie. See if you can put it on the screen. So I can read it again. What are these performances under Calderon? Obviously, then those under Taylor. Oh right, yeah. I would agree with what Neil just said.
Yeah.
But going back to Burton and where we sit in the league, etc., not being on our own downs. If we get sort of level pegging and we're still doing what we're doing now and jostling it on the 26th, who have we got on the 26th?
I'll have a look now.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
Is it someone we're going to get absolutely walloped by?
Reading at home, which is on Sky.
Early kickoff.
Well, if Reading are still trading, you know. But they're in a playoff mix, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
But if you look at Burton, they've got on the 26th, they got Cambridge at home.
Oh.
Then on a Tuesday, they play Wigan at home. And then on the final day,
Wigan.
But then
Wigan's
on the final day, they go to Charlton. So they've got to go to Charlton. We've got to go to Blackpool. But we might have to better that result because of really, if depending on what their attitude is and how they attack it, that's a 4 to 6 point fixture list there.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? Like you said, that I think that was the most, like you mentioned earlier, Josh. That was the most jarring thing when we put in such a good performance but didn't get anything out of it, and then you see Burton have one of, and I think that's the closest it's been, hasn't it? 3 points. Yeah.
But the beauty of what it is at the minute is like the Northamptons have been dragged back into it, and you know
Wigan
and Wigan have just been dragged back into it. But you've got to look after your own house, and ours is burning down at the minute.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Northampton are back. The thing is if we lose, when we lose on the weekend tomorrow.
No, in Rovers though, you watch.
Yeah, right.
I'll be your bookie.
We could be in the relegation zone.
Yeah.
And Burton have still got a game in hand. And I agree with we all said it last week, didn't we? If we go into the relegation zone, we don't come out. Yeah. So tomorrow is absolutely gargantuan.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, that's what I mean. You can't. You thing is now. I mean, I get it. Why people said it. You know. Even all of us said it. You know what? All of us, as a fan, obviously, you could say. You know, I think the score will be blah blah blah. 3-0 Birmingham, 2-0 Birmingham, 2-1 whatever. But even going to Bolton, like none of these, like it's not a free hit. We need points. But on the other hand, obviously, we'll get into predictions as well. Obviously, we can think that, but obviously the players know, right? But just from an outside perspective, we need to from obviously Blackpool. It's definitely going down to that.
Yeah.
But
we need to be getting points away from home. I know if you look at, everyone will know, if you look at the history of, what is it? Is it 11 points, 14 points away from home. I don't even know. It's been that. But what is it? 3 wins.
Let me have a look.
3 wins
Away.
and 3 draws. 2 draws.
11 points.
Yeah, 11 points.
We are bottom. Hang on. You can't see that, but we are. No, you can't see that. We are bottom, 24th. We're 24th in the away because of our goal difference. We've got 3 wins, 2 draws, 15 losses. We've scored 11, conceded 37, and we've got a minus 26 goal difference.
That's so bad, isn't it? Even
we are good. Like that
just away from home, mind a minus 26 goal difference.
That is absolutely pony.
That's crazy.
And you've been to every one, bro.
What? Apart from one.
That's mad.
Apart from one, yeah. But to be fair,
grow up.
Yeah, I know. Just laugh. Don't worry. Just laugh.
Grow up.
Just laugh, man. Oh.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Anytime you want to go away, just send half to me and half to Neil. You're wasting your money.
I might as well.
I'll put it towards your counselling.
Yeah.
Honestly, I might as well, you know. Oh, it's crazy though, isn't it?
Oh, brilliant.
That's what I mean. Like, even in all, I don't even want to get into all comps, let alone the league. Bloody hell. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, right. We're finished. Well, we're pretty much finished on the game. I'm just looking at a few more comments. Charlie saying about the Taylor interview. We'll get into that shortly. Damage is Gordo, even to Gordo as well. Damage was already done by Taylor. Yeah, Liam said we're 20th for taking points. For taking points after taking. Yeah. If a team scores against us first, yeah, we're losing. Yeah, we are. We're pretty much bottom or near enough bottom.
Other than Burton, isn't it? Other than Burton away.
Other than Burton, yeah. We've literally lost. We've lost every game. Drew against Stockport, but that, yeah, it's just crazy. Rovers are 16th in the table for games played in 2025. 6 wins, 2 draws, 10 losses. Rovers placed 20th in the 2024 table. So I mean, it's just awful reading. It's definitely. I mean, yeah, it's just terrible. Alicia saying, yeah, the Taylor comment backs up what Joey said. I doubt it'll be much different next year if we stay up. Dave saying, I'm not panicking yet. There'll be some freak results to come. Bolton are one of those sides. One week they'll be outstanding. The following week they play crap. Yeah, it's just mad. Yeah. Tom saying, what away match. Yeah, the only away game I didn't go to was Peterborough, and that was because I was absolutely fuming after that Wigan game. And we still lost. So there was a few people actually saying, someone, I don't know who it was, someone quote tweeted me on Twitter this season at some stage saying, you need to stop going to away games because you're making us lose. And I was like, I mean, it doesn't get any more gas than that, does it? But yeah, let's quickly get into the madness that went on throughout the week as well. What other than the result with it coming out saying that George Friend will be leaving. There'll be a new director of football, and also the Matt Taylor comment, because, you know, beforehand when Joey said it, everyone was like, oh, it's Joey, he's a dickhead, whatever. Probably still is, but, you know.
That's putting it nicely, by the way, mate.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to keep it PG, okay? That's why. But yeah, I'll go with you, Josh, first. What did you make of, first, the Taylor comments? So that's now 2 former managers that have come out and said the madness going on behind, and also, Ricky Martin taking over. Obviously, was at Stoke. I think he was there for 15 months before getting sacked or leaving or whatever it was. Yeah, what did you make of those 2 things that come out during the week?
So the Matt Taylor interview, I think the word to use is unsurprising, because we've heard this everywhere. It's basically how I see it. You know, when Fabrizio Romano tweets something and then 4 days later you get the actual club announcement, you already know it's happened. We knew, and maybe now, I don't know, maybe the owners never trusted him fully to do his job, so that's maybe why they got involved. Who knows? But yeah, unsurprising. We will never know the truth, by the way. We will never know the truth because the owners will say that they didn't and all this stuff. And Matt Taylor will say he did. And Joey Barton's an absolute. So I don't listen to anything he says or anyone that supports him. But I think that moving away from that, the George Friend thing, however, is the correct decision, I would say. I think maybe they watched the podcast last week, but Neil hit it bang on.
Yeah, we were literally talking about it last week as well.
Yeah, novices everywhere. We've got beginners in every department. And listen, I like George Friend. I think he conducts himself very well. He might be a little bit, I don't know. What's the word? Puppeteered by the owners a little bit because it is his first job and they've obviously given him that trust. But it is the right decision. It feels like the owners have listened a little bit and also just used their brain. He has got it wrong. And we need someone in this moment in time. We need someone with a little bit more know-how and a little bit more experience on the CV. Yes, it didn't end very well for Ricky Martin at Stoke, but some of the players he brought in, they've gone on to do great things. So you just need someone to steady the ship. And instead of learning on the job, you need someone who kind of knows the job. So I think it's the correct decision. I'm not saying, by the way, that Ricky Martin is the correct decision. I'm not going to sit here and say I know much about him. I don't. But I think the decision to allow George to step down or whatever, nicely shunt out, I think it's correct. We need someone somewhere in the football club that has been there, done that, or at least knows how this stuff is done. So I think it's the correct decision.
Yeah, 100%. We got Cole waiting. He's been waiting for a while, but we'll just quickly get into this, then we'll bring him in. So apologies, Cole, but there's been a lot of madness going on at Rovers this week. Also, obviously the Spenlove, who is, I'm right thinking the head of recruitment. Yeah, he's another one that needs because I think it's almost harsh, really, definitely a little bit, because like you said, no one's going to say, if you offer someone an opportunity, after retiring and say, oh yeah, we've got and I know he's done, I think he's been to uni or whatever, but obviously that's not experience, that's just qualifying for it. But yeah, a lot of the stuff that George Friend's going to do, he's not going to say no, is he, to an opportunity like that? I don't think many people would. So like you said, Spenlove, who there's been so much going on. I don't even know how long he's been here. Is it since this season? Is it since last season? I don't even know. There's been so much.
He's a scouser, isn't he? He's been here a while, I think.
There's just so much madness. I don't even know. Tell you the truth, but that's what I mean. Because he's not come out. There's been nothing, has there? I don't think there's been. George Friend has done. There's been a few videos.
He effectively reports to George Friend, though, doesn't he? At the end of the day, you're the director of football. What is the direction of this football club?
Yeah.
Fair. God, he's got some good one-liners, hasn't he, Neil?
Yeah, very good.
It's just brilliant. Like,
don't live in the grey area. Don't live in the grey area. There's nothing there. There's nothing.
Say it how it is.
Do not live in it.
Fair play.
Yeah.
So,
What's your thing then, Neil, on the whole situation?
I've not seen anything. I could be wrong. I've not seen anything to say that he's been relieved of his duties or sacked. It could be a mutual thing, for all I know. But because at the end of the day, George Friend still sat in that box with Matey Boy and in the Reigns over. It's not like we don't want you, get gone. He sat up there perfectly comfortable, like showing him the ropes. What ropes does he need to show? He's done this before. Do you know what I mean? So there's an ease and in process going on here that is. George Friend looks pretty comfortable. It doesn't look like he's been oiked out. It might just be one of these where, you know what, this setup and this thing ain't for me. And he might have decided to tell the owners in advance, and they've got their house in order to say, okay, we'll get someone to replace you and announce what we need to announce now, rather than anything else. Because it from the outside looking in, it doesn't look like he's been booted. It could well be one of these things that George Friend's gone, this ain't for me. I don't like it. But I'm not far off of what Josh has said, he did look like someone who had been brought in to do lip service because he couldn't wait to tell everyone how good these owners were. We're not even on prompt it. Every single interview he chucked in. It's like he was sponsored by him. He just chucked it out there, you know. So
yeah, it's true.
And again, it's easy to do when you've got novices because they're desperate for it. So you'll do what you're told, you know, and they're cheap, and that's what we've got. And the other thing is when you bring in a new director of football, what tends to happen? They get their own man. So who knows what Calderon's doing in the summer? Who knows where Calderon sits with all of this?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, shout out to Gasgas. I think it was Nino actually. That said that as well. Yeah, usually what happens, a director of football comes in. Yeah, they usually get a new manager. There's been some fans saying about that, but yeah, it's I'm not
convinced. I'm not convinced it fixes anything. Like I don't like. I've got my own sort of thought process on what goes on there. Not that I know anything, but my take on it is I think it's a circus upstairs. To be honest, an absolute circus. I don't think the football club's in a great place, and I don't think the owner's key agenda is Bristol Rovers. To be honest, that's my thought. I'd love to be proved wrong. I'd love to have egg on my face, but my take at the minute of what I've seen and what I'm looking at, and at my gut feeling is, I'm not fond on it, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. What's your thoughts on the Taylor bit as well, and then we'll get into Bolton?
It's worst kept secret, wasn't it? I think you could see in his demeanour and the way he was speaking that he was sick of it. He didn't like his job, and he didn't like who he was working for, and he didn't look comfortable for months. And he was a man that knew he was just waiting to get paid up because everyone that was close to him or surrounded by him and his agent, his family was going, "Do not walk away, take your money." It was just waiting for it to happen, and he was waiting for it to happen. It wasn't any shock. I'd have been more shocked if he said he was absolutely devastated. Like he loved every minute of it, and it was the ideal job for him. So it wasn't anything shocking. I know, like, you know, Joey said his piece and whatever, but it's two completely different thought processes behind. Because I think Joey had a fortnight with him, you know. But the other thing with Joey is he had the best of everything, because Al-Khadi just went, "Do you know what, mate? Have the keys, do your thing."
Yeah.
You know, no manager gets that really. No manager gets that really. So he had it all his own way rather than having to work to any sort of parameters. I mean, his director of football was his own man. He brought in his own team, basically answered to him, whether they were higher than him or not. So he lived a charmed life as far as the decisions that got made, because they were technically his. But yeah, I said when Taylor was here, he looked dejected, he looked lost, he looked fed up, he looked like he couldn't wait to get out, and he looked like he was waiting to get paid up. And that's pretty much what it was, really, wasn't it? He said he never felt in control of his job throughout, and it looked like that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even I'll just say this. I even seen it, and you'll probably remember there was the Oxford game last year at home when we won 3-1, and there was an interview that came out after the game, and they were basically asking him, the owners have said they want a really, really young team, not many old players at all. And Taylor answered back, "Really? I didn't know that." So go back and watch. It was after the interview. It was either an interview before or after the Oxford game last year. And even from then, you could say, like, really? Like, even hearing from even players that have left, with Evans and Collins, even stuff around that. I mean, we've heard so many things, and that now have come to, fruition. So it's all a bit mad. But yeah, we're going to get on to Bolton. We're bringing in Cole right now. And yeah, he's finally in. How are you, Cole? You good?
Yeah, I'm all right, lads. Yeah, not so bad, thank you. Sorry, I've had a bit of a connection issues with this evening with my internet, so I'd ordinarily obviously jump on and listen to you guys talking Rovers before I come on, but yeah, a few issues with the old internet. So hopefully it holds up all right. But more importantly, thanks very much for having me on, of course.
Nah, no worries. Yeah,
we have Charlie on this pod, so we're used to connection issues, mate.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah, especially with the old laptop, it was a shambles. Like now, occasionally the phone might go off or whatever, but yeah, issues. Yeah, don't worry, internet, it happens. Trust me. I used to have that happen all the time. But yeah, good to have you back on. Obviously, the last time we had you back on was previewing the first game that was meant to be played first time round at our place. But obviously the wind had other, circumstances, so that game couldn't be played. I just want to get your thoughts first of all on the game most recently against us and Bolton. The win for us. Obviously, we were talking about earlier how mad it's been that we can play so well against good teams, and then against Crawley, we look like we've never played together. What was your thoughts after watching that game? Because obviously I was on yours. I wasn't confident. Even for our pod, we all said losses, but yeah, it was for me. I'm sure Neil and Josh would probably agree. It was probably our best performance of the season by a country mile. I would have said.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah. What was your thoughts on that game? Rovers winning 3-2.
I think the word that I would use to describe you guys in that game is identity. You look like you played together for a while. You look like you had a clear structure, a game plan. Obviously, you didn't have an abundance of chances, but you took your chances when you got them. Obviously, having a striker up top who has a great record against us was kind of inevitable. That you were going to score in that game because, of course, Chris Martin's got such a really good record against us during his career, so that was kind of written in the stars in that respect. But yeah, like it's funny you should say that you look like maybe in some games that you don't really you've not played together, because I thought that was the standout from that game, that you clearly looked like you had played together and you had a clear identity. Which is a shame, I guess, from your perspective, because obviously you've had such a poor season, really, if we're honest. I think if you'd have had that, if you'd have had that identity throughout the season, you would have more than likely been obviously a lot safer and probably more mid-table, which is, I'm sure, where you would, expect you guys to be. Yeah,
100%. Well, yeah, looking back at it, I mean, we'll, as you all know, we'll do our review, but yeah, most of us thought. Me and Josh thought,
Oh, don't say this again.
I said 13th, Josh said 10th, and Neil said 17th, I believe.
What we'd give for 17th, cool.
Mate,
yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's been a madness, like you said. I mean, what was your thoughts from a Bolton perspective from that game? Do you think you guys, just, I don't know, obviously not at the races 100%. Do you reckon your players were maybe too overconfident? What did you make of it, or was it just under the lights at the Mem? It can be a tough place for the best of teams.
Absolutely, it can. Yeah, that's under no doubt. But I think that was kind of one of them games that will probably one too far. Maybe we have. There's been obviously quite a lot of change and a lot of turmoil this season. And ultimately, when change comes in, you get them kind of good runs, don't you? And then occasionally you come stuck against some teams. And I think it's just probably a game too many. We were poor on the night, though. As good as you guys were, we were poor on the night. Obviously, defensive lapses, that free kick that Ositutu give away at the end, kind of in a stupid area, which we're guilty of. To be honest with you, giving free kicks away in stupid positions, especially away from home. That must be a concentration thing. It's maybe not quite as savvy as you would hope. But like that stupid free kick that he gave away obviously led to your third goal, which, again, poor defending, I think, if we're honest, like the back post. I think it was from memory, I think it was McAtee.
McAtee's lovely assist.
Yeah, kind of found himself stuck under the ball, which... Yeah. Maybe obviously a striker or an attacker being in a defensive area isn't ideal in the last 93rd minute or whatever it were, but Yeah, I mean, listen, I thought you deserved the win. In fairness, like if we're honest with you, we were a combination of you guys being really good and playing. Obviously, you might say above yourselves, with all due respect, given the season that you had, but also us being pretty poor on the night as well. We're expecting I'm sure you'll get into this, Charlie, but we're expecting obviously a hopefully. We expect this a lot this season, but hopefully a little bit more comfortable afternoon tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean, you'll get it, mate.
Yeah. Looking at I mean, you probably already know it, but looking at our away form, it would suggest from just looking at that a very comfortable afternoon. But
3 wins,
it is
1 draw, 11 losses. Is that right, Charlie?
15 losses.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. 15 losses.
15.
Yeah, 3 wins, 2 draws, 15 losses away from home. We've scored 11. Maybe that's where you've seen 11.
Yeah, scored 11. Was it conceded 36, 37?
37. Minus 26 goal difference.
Yeah, and in 12 of those 20 games, we've not scored a single goal.
What do you put that? I'm sure you've addressed it, and I apologise if
we don't even know.
Repeat it.
We don't know.
Do you not know? Okay.
No, but I'll tell you what, Cole. Right, so our gaffer had the interview done on Wednesday, but it aired today, and the question was, what do you need to do differently away from home? And he said, I don't know. He said we train the same, we set up the same. Although I would argue that's slightly different now because he's gone back to a back 4 for some reason. But anyway, and he said, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And I remember when Joey came into the club, as much as I don't want to advocate or talk about him, he did say something that I remember in an interview right at the start, he said that the club's cancerous, or there's something. Remember like that? He said something along the lines of it's rotten to the core. He said something like this on a interview.
Yeah.
I feel like as many improvements as we have made. There we go. I think the one thing that has always been rotten in League One is that away form. It's always
not quite as bad as this though.
Not quite as bad. No. But it's never quite been good enough away from home, and I just
it must be a belief thing, Josh. It must be a belief thing.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it is genuinely we need the men, and if you take that away, like we just really struggle. We really struggle away from home because, and I would say that the diehard gas heads go away, and you get the loudest of the bunch, but it's just we're just pony. And to sum it up, Northampton away from home, we went 1-0 up, and Scotty has a chance to make it 2-0, and we capitulate, lose 2-1. Neil said it a couple weeks ago now. He said we have no idea how to grind out a result away from home. There's no just shit away from home.
You might need. Obviously, you're not going to be able to go out and obviously spend the money that the likes of Birmingham and Wrexham and ourselves have done over the last few years. But maybe you just need like a bit of experience throughout the spine of your side to kind of help the players around them.
We've got it, like as in age.
Yeah, but I'm on about
Jamie Lindsay.
I'm on about quality. Some maybe some players from above, or from.
I've
maybe
like this side hasn't got leaders in it. It hasn't got any.
Basically
it hasn't got any. And the only way you're going to win on the road is believing you can do it.
Yeah.
And they don't believe they can do it because they don't know how to do it. They've got no substance. They can't navigate their way through it like the Northampton game shows. It was all in our hands. 1-0 up. It was all there for us. But we don't know how to navigate it. So you go 1-0 up, and you've got a load of players that look to each other because you haven't got anyone leading the group, and we go, shit, what do we do? This is new, and we fold.
Yeah.
You know the chant that says, "How shit must you be? We're winning away." That I feel like the players are joining in after time because they have honestly, when Scotty scored, you could see it from everybody in the celebrations. They were like, "How are we winning? Like what?" This is so new.
What the hell are we?
Every away game we win is a semi-late winner, so the team can't really get back into it. It's just if you score first, that's it. We ain't winning.
Yeah. We'll look at our we Burton Albion away. which I think was our first away win, and that was October. We went 1-0. I mean, it was, and that just summed up Rovers. First half, we were absolutely shocking. Went 1-0, 1-0 down, and half time you're thinking, what the hell are we going to do? Second half, we come out. I mean, Burton, they got a red, but we managed to score 3 goals, win the game. And then it was, I think, a month and a half later, we got our second away win at Mansfield. And that was our only shot on target. We scored. Like, we were dominated all game. We scored 1 goal. And then Cambridge away, we were both, like, we were gutsy, but Cambridge were crap, and we won 1-0. And that's our only 3 away wins. And like you said, we mentioned it earlier, every time it's just the belief mentality, like when we go 1-0 down away from home, that's done. We're done. We ain't getting nothing. And that's, it's crazy. I mean, we're just, go in there, I mean, just blind, really.
This might be a stupid thing to say, this, Charlie. Sorry to interject, but the mentioned stadiums that you've just been to there, they're very much, they're not very imposing, are they? Really?
No.
Do you think it's maybe a thing where you rock up? I mean, let's be fair, we're not got the biggest stadium in League One, but when you get like in front of like big crowds or bigger stadiums, do you think maybe you could capitulate a little bit? Because
100%.
Yeah, we fool ourselves a bit.
I can't remember the last like big club that we went to and played really well. Like, mostly we go away from home, and we like a big club, and we get absolutely, we're just crap.
Mate, the last time I remember us winning away from home against a big club that we looked good was Ipswich away.
Yeah.
Charlton.
And that was
Charlton.
How long ago was that?
Charlton. There we go. Charlton. Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
But even then, that game we went that again. I think we were.
But this is the thing about winning on the road. You ain't got to be good. You just got to get it done.
You just got to win.
That's what annoys me as well. Like, we've said it all season. The even, and this is just this is just like a winning. We have to be like 85-90% on it to win a game. Whereas other teams, like pretty much every other team in the league that we've seen or lost against, you could be just average and just win. Like, that's the thing with us. We don't know how to win, like, scrappy or not being good, which is another bad thing that doesn't help. And that's at home as well. Like, even at home, we have to be like pretty much spot on to win a game.
What's your tact going to be for tomorrow then, gents? I'm sure we'll get into it, but what's the approach going to be?
Pray.
Yeah, pray pretty much.
other than
one
that.
thing I will say before is that I think in the last 5 meetings, I mean, realistically, we're going to lose anyway. So even if I say this, we're going to lose anyway. But we've always had a good record at Bolton. And I shouldn't have said this because it'll probably get clipped up now. But I've been there the last 5 times. We've won once and drew 4. I've never seen us lose at Bolton. But I know obviously our way was crap anyway.
It was a draw 1-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, we drew. I remember Byron Moore on the Tuesday night. We drew 1-1. We played up there on a Friday night. We drew, I think it was 1-1 or 2-2. Obviously last year, early Taylor days, we were the first 3 or 4 games we were playing like we were top of the league, and then all of a sudden it stopped. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know.
The best way, I'll tell you now, it's no secret. The best way that we are ever going to, whether it be Bolton or anyone else, and I've said it for weeks on end, the best way for Rovers to play is to get bodies at the pitch with a bit of intensity and aggression and lock on to what you're trying to do as far as trying to get out. When you're just trying to get through lines, get it into Sheehan and try and play through lines. That's where we need to go and lock on and be aggressive in 2s and 3s. And we've gone away from it in a few weeks as far as either the fatigue's got into us and we can't do it, or the instruction's different, but we've been lacking massively in that area of trying to be aggressive high up the pitch, and we've been getting danced around.
Well, look at us the other night, aggressive. everyone on it, aggressive, pressing, basics, get forward really quickly. Because even against Birmingham, like we played good football, but also we were direct and it like worked against Birmingham. But like I just said as well, we have to play like we did against you last year, where we were onto you right away. We were really attacking. But again, there's no like we can say this, you know. Everyone was saying the other night, only if we play like that against Birmingham, we'll stay up. If we play like that, we might get a result. But it's a very, 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 very big if. But yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts, Cole? You must be. I mean, you won against Wigan, obviously limbs. I think what was that first win against them in 10 years, wasn't it? Or 10 was it? Like something like that.
Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? There's been a lot of draws though, to be fair. It's not all been defeats. I got the stress that bit. Yeah, they just up the game against us. They're obviously little man syndrome and all that type of stuff. And yeah, they get themselves all excited and they usually get a good result against us. But yeah, obviously we managed to quash that particular issue the other night, which was nice. Yeah, limbs, absolutely limbs. I think pretty sure I dislocated something in my back, I think, or some serious injury in my back. Many people falling all over the back of me, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and it was Neil's favourite player that scored for you, wasn't it? Chris Farino.
He's all wrong for us.
I tell you what,
he is all wrong for us.
He's coming into his own a little bit, just at the right time of the season. To be fair, he's fit. He got injured against Arsenal in the League Cup at the Emirates, and he's been out ever since then, and he's just about slowly getting back. But yeah, he's looking good. Like obviously, he's keeping plenty of players at the starting 11. Obviously, Rico Santos is injured at the moment, but he's going to come back pretty soon as well. But he won't be getting in the team anytime soon with Chris Farino playing the way he's doing.
Yeah,
I wish he did because he's terrible against us.
Yeah, that's what I said to on the fan zone when I was on there. I said, "Is Santos playing?" Because he's always even that game last year at your place. He was, I think, Collins, funny enough, got him sent off. But yeah, Collins, yeah.
I think Carl Dempsey might be in the squad tomorrow. He's come back from injury, but
yeah, he's
quicker than
good
expected.
Yeah.
Which is a bit pleasant surprise because we weren't expecting him back this season, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, squad's looking good. Players are coming back from injury slowly but surely. We should go into the running full strength, pretty much.
Yeah, that's good for you then.
For tomorrow, we just need to build on it, really. Beating them lot in the last minute is pointless unless we beat you guys tomorrow, with all due respect.
That's fair.
You need to build on it, don't you?
Them
limbs will count for nothing, effectively, if we don't pick up 3 points tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Charlie Keegan, the Wigan fan as well. Funny enough, he said he was very impressed with Farino, George Johnson, and Forrester's defending. Wigan lacked a desire to attack, but we were shut out when we did have a go.
Banter aside, should I say, that's absolutely spot on. He's nailed it there, the lad, to be fair, because our defence the other day were not letting anybody pass, no matter how well they were playing. I mean, to be fair, Wigan really didn't offer a lot, but I think part of the reason why was that because them three were so good as a three in a back five. But yeah, we were practically, in the most part, we were a three and obviously two wing backs that were effectively wingers.
Yeah, definitely. Jake is tuning in. Cole the shithouse, he said. I don't know if you can see that. I'm clicking on the comment, but I don't know if it's coming up.
I can't see it, man. No.
Yeah, and he also, shout out to Jake. He also said, Jake Tongue. He also said, Cole, if we beat these lot 5-0, I reckon you might get double digits. Yeah, which that's what I mean. Away from home, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, if we play like we have done, if we play like we did at Crawley and Lincoln, yeah, it should be 9-10-0 because even Lincoln should have been 8 or 9 for us. We were lucky it wasn't. It was just 5.
That's hopefully that goes against what I've just said, Charlie, about playing in front of tin sheds, doesn't it, and getting good results. Because obviously playing at Lincoln is a tin shed and you didn't get a good result. So yeah, never mind.
Yeah, very true. Right, we'll quickly Yeah, we'll get into our lineup predictions. I'll go with you, Neil. What would be your lineup prediction? And I know you obviously message if you want to say your score prediction as well, and then jump off. Then you can do. So yeah, what would be your lineup and then your score prediction for tomorrow?
I'll go with a same back three as what we used to, as far as Wilson, Taylor, Swinkles.
Yeah.
Jack Hunt back in, right. Scott Sinclair left. Butcher and Sawyers through the middle. Hutchinson and Sotirio off of Adonkor through the middle.
Interesting.
And with absolutely zero confidence.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I don't blame you. What's your prediction? And
I reckon we'll get done 3-0. Collins 2, Farino set piece, and we'll probably concede within the first 5 minutes again.
Oh yeah, 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's probably pretty spot on.
I think Aaron Collins might be on the bench to start tomorrow. If that makes a difference to your prediction.
Oh no, I still think we get walloped.
Well, trying to give you a little bit of hope there, Neil. That's all.
There's no sugarcoating this, mate.
Because McAtee was the one that absolutely was your star man when we beat you. Well, up front anyway. I feel like your midfield was ridiculous, but yeah, McAtee was the one that got one of the goals.
The best version of Bolton will always beat the best version of us. So it depends on what happens as far as how that levels out of what we do. But yeah, I think we get turned over pretty convincingly, to be honest. Love it not to be the case, but again, it will be another one of them where it doesn't define our season because we've got no right to go to Bolton and win a game. But there's a bucket load of games that we should have done, and we haven't done enough leading up to this. So so
agreed.
I'll leave the rest of it to you, lads, and enjoy discussing. I'll see you in a bit.
Nice seeing you, Neil, mate.
Quality as always. Yeah, go and give Neil a follow, and yeah, always says how it is, and yeah, pretty much spot on every single time. So yeah, Neil's got head off, so he's gone 3-0, and he said his lineup. I'll go with you, Cole. What would be your Bolton lineup?
Yeah, really good question. It's something that we don't do on our pod, actually, try and predict the lineups, but I like it, to be fair.
Yeah, we've always
might
done
nick
it.
that off you, Charlie, actually, for next season.
Take it.
Yeah, so since we played you, we've been, well, to be honest, all season we've been swapping and changing about with goalkeepers, ironically.
Goalkeepers, really?
Yeah,
love it.
funnily enough. Yeah, so it's going to be the Southwood or Baxter, but it'll most likely be Baxter in net because he's back in the sticks.
He's back in, is he? Or Baxter?
Back in, yeah, Baxter. Yeah. To be honest, it came from the game against you guys. I think people were saying, despite there was a couple of good saves from Southwood, he should have done better maybe on your third goal. And I think since then he's been dropped or rested or however you'd like to spin it. Yeah. So Baxter in net. Josh Dekers-Cogley will be right-sided centre half. Probably no change. Sorry?
Centre half?
Right side of the right back, should I say. I'm working my way across. Sorry. Right wing back. My apologies. Yeah. Then we'll have Forrester at right-sided centre half. Farino at centre half, I will suspect. And left of them will be George Johnson. Mm-hmm. And then left wing back. Savichon is apparently got a bit of a knock, so he might miss tomorrow. So he won't likely start. So it'll be Joy Asa-Tutu at left back or left wing back or left wing.
He played well in that game as well.
He's mustard, mate. He's absolute mustard. He looks levels above this.
He is.
When he's on it.
He is, Josh. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, he is levels above it. There's absolutely no doubt about it. I think he's top end champ when he's fit and when he's on it. Definitely, he's got all the credentials.
He did miss that sitter as well, didn't he? He missed
that. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, he does let himself down from time to time.
All I heard for years through the Arsenal Academy was him. He was.
Who's that? What? Asa-Tutu?
Yeah, he was absolutely hailed. And then he went to VFL Bochum and got
injuries have killed him. I think. Is it injuries as well?
Yeah, he got racially abused and had to come back. There's a really great interview. He said how that affected him mentally and all this stuff. And he's. I just think he's class.
He's a good player.
Is, and if it wasn't for injuries, Josh, we wouldn't have him in League One.
fair.
I think he's happy with the level of club he's at. Hopefully, he'll take us to the next back to the next level type of thing. I think he's comfortable with that. I think he's happy as well. He's clearly he's got a fondness for the club. I think he lives in Manchester and all that type of good stuff. It works out well for him, and I think he is pretty happy where he is. But yeah, I think if he weren't as injury prone as he is, he almost certainly wouldn't be playing in League One. So yeah, also Tutu left wing back. Now the midfield's quite interesting. Obviously, we've got George Thomason that played very well against Wigan the other night. Is obviously our captain.
Yeah.
Josh Sheehan, of course. Aaron Morley's back. He didn't play against Wigan. He had a one-match suspension.
Of course he's back, isn't it? He always scores against us as well. Always.
Yeah, so Aaron Morley's back. Obviously, Carl Dempsey is possibly going to be returning. Clyde Lawes can't get anywhere near it, really. Carlos Mendes Gomez is sniffing around as well. I honestly can't really pick an attacking lineup in many respects. I do think Aaron Collins will be rested tomorrow. I think he'll be on the bench and likely come on, I would suspect, because he's been a little bit, even though he scored against Blackpool, his performance levels have dipped a little bit. And I think when you rest him and put him back in, it's like he's a new signing,
that drives it, doesn't it?
He does that. That is the one thing with Azza. He does have peaks and troughs.
Yeah.
He did it
you know, he's very good off the bench as well, so he's likely.
So, I mean, not a bad benching option, is it?
No, not really. No. Yeah, we've got an embarrassment of riches, to be fair, and this is a frustration, gents, with the season that we've had. We've had injuries, but every club has injuries, and it's just been a massive underperforming season. And I know it might sound silly us being in sixth position and saying that, but with the squad that we've got, really on paper, I know it's not played on paper, etc., etc. It should certainly be in that top three conversation. But yeah, I can't pick the rest of the team, unfortunately, because it's too challenging. But as I say, I think your mate Aaron Collins will probably start on the bench.
Yeah, that's interesting. Collins on the bench. Yes, but I mean, who have we got as I mean, look at it. You've got Collins on the bench. We've got a 17. Is it 17 or recent? Yeah, 17, isn't he? Yeah, Dewsbury. That is an amazing prospect, but he was on loan at Taunton Town. We had to recall him because the other striker who we got on loan in January is missed through no injury either. He's missed he's not even been in the last 8 match day squads. So that's our bench option because your nemesis, I should say, Chris Martin, who scored in those 2 games, is out for the rest of the season, of course.
Oh, is it? Good.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Dewsbury wasn't even on the bench on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and he wasn't even on the bench on Tuesday night. So
we got
bit of a madness. But yeah, I mean, we'll get. Yeah, what was that? Jake said, take that back. Bolton 0. Oh yeah, after that comment you said about talking about Tim, but he said Bolton 0, Gas 9. Yeah, take that.
I very, very rarely have my phone on me when I'm live on a podcast, and I haven't got it on me, gents. I've refused to look at my phone. I can cope without it for an hour. I just glance, it's to my left here, and I've seen him. He's text me basically just laughing, saying sort of in a pillock type of thing.
Yeah, he loves it, doesn't he? He's a good one, old Jake though. Right, Josh, we'll get into your lineup. What are you going for?
So I'm still sticking with the back 3 lads. I don't really know why he's gone to this 4. That being said, Jed Ward, we'll go Willow, Connor, Swinkletoes, and then we'll go. I'm sticking with Taylor Moore. I think that he deserves to start in back-to-back games after his Tuesday night performance, in my opinion.
Where's he going?
Right wing back.
Right wing back.
Right wing back for him. So so the back 3, Willow, Taylor, and Swinkles, and then right wing back, Taylor Moore, and then we'll have a midfield pairing of Butcher and Sawyers.
Wait, who are you going on the left wing back? Sorry,
I haven't said left wing back yet.
Oh, you haven't said it. Okay, fair enough.
Slow the bloody hell down, sir. Left wing back is Mola, Clinton Mola.
Yeah, Mola.
And then in the 10, we'll go for the brightest prospect we've had at the club for a while, Charlie Keegan's best friend, Kofi Shaw.
Yeah, he loves. Even he was doing.
Unbelievable.
He should have been doing that because people.
Oh, yeah, like what are you doing? You just
what
added
what
10 grand. No, just leave it. And then up top, I'll go for Sotirio and Gats. Cowdy came out in his interview on Wednesday night saying that I was actually gonna not include Gats in the squad or
yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
And then he's gone and played well against Brum. So yeah, Jed Ward, Wilson, Taylor, Swinkles, Moore, Butcher, Sawyers, Mola, Shaw, Sotirio, and O'Donker.
Yeah. To be fair, that would I think that would be my. To be fair, I was gonna. I mean, that would be mine if it was a back three. If it's a back four, then I would probably have the same defense as the other night. Moore, Taylor, Wilson, Mola. Well, it would be the same if we played a back four. It'd be the same that started the other night.
Stick with Shaq.
Yeah, stick with Shaq. I thought,
I thought it was good.
Considering he's not played loads. Obviously, mostly due to suspension. But and if it was a back three, I would go with the same team that you would say. Jordan Hookway, Bolton fan, said Baxter, JOT, Freno, Forrester Johnson.
Sorry, I was going to say before. Yeah, I actually forgot a couple of players that I think might be in and around the starting 11. Obviously, we've got Joel Randall as well.
Randall as well. Yeah, your January signing
from Peterborough.
Yeah.
Who's yet to find kind of his perfect form. He's kind of slowly bedding his way in. I think he'll possibly be a player for next season when we strengthen again, because he's got a very good football brain. But I think at times he looks a little bit one or two steps ahead, dare I say it, a couple of the players around him, which might come as a bit of a surprise to you. This is only my personal opinion. He does frustrate some Bolton fans, but he's very, very talented. He's a very intelligent footballer. I think he'll be better next season with better players around him. Obviously, we've got Jay Matete as well in midfield that might get a sniff, and we've got Keanu Tete as well on loan from Cardiff City, who's due a start because he's come back from injury. Who knows? Maybe he starts. But yeah, we've got plenty of options. Sorry, you were reading Jordan's comment.
That's right. Yeah. To be fair, though, I was gonna say something about that Keanu Tete, but I'm not gonna say it for some reasons. I'm not gonna do it, Josh.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, Josh.
I've made a mistake.
Yeah, and he's also Johnson, Dacus, Cogley, Morley, Thomas, and Sheehan, McAtee, Collins. He's left his score prediction as well, 4-0 Bolton. Not surprised by that. We will get into predictions very, very shortly. I think that's all of our predictions. Yeah, let's get into score predictions after Jordan's comment at 4-0. Barry has gone 1-1. Wow, 1-1 draw. To be fair, we have drew a lot there. 1-1 draw, Collins and Swinkles. Thatcher's and Sam has gone 3-1 Bolton. Leave all your other predictions as well if you haven't got them in the chat. So yeah, Neil's obviously if you just joined now, Neil said 3-0 Bolton. I'll go with Cole's first. What are you going for, Cole?
We keep conceding. Obviously, the other night we didn't because we scored in the 93rd minute. So I'm a bit concerned about us conceding, but I do think there's plenty of goals in us. I'll go for a 3-1. I do think you'll score, but I just think we'll have a little bit too much in a bit of maybe retribution as well for obviously you guys beating us a couple of weeks back. That has to play a part with the fixture being so soon. Yeah. But listen, I wish you guys all the very best for the remainder of the season. I do genuinely hope that you stay up. I think you're a great club. And I hope you try and push on because it's been a bit of a challenge for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean Yeah, that's an understatement. But yeah, I appreciate it. And hopefully we can, hopefully we can stay up. We've also got Tom Butler 2-1 Bolton. Let's see if we've got any more. There is a few, but there's loads of comments. Ben Gill, who's actually, I think he's already up there, or he's going up there Saturday and staying. 4-1 Bolton. Liam, a Bolton fan, said 4-3 Bolton. Bloody hell, can't see us scoring 3 out there.
Goals galore.
But who knows? Ian has gone 3-1 Bolton. Keep getting your predictions. There is loads of comments, so I'm trying to get to all of them. If for some reason my comments are being all weird, so I can't get them up, so apologies, because we usually do. Josh, what's your prediction? Got any confidence boosters for us, or are you going with the...
I think the arms being folded is a bit of an indicator that he's not confident, to be fair. I'm not a psychologist, but body language usually represents, so he's not very confident
definitely
with that.
I'm not sure I could be less confident, to be fair. Cole's got it right, 3-1 Bolton. And Azza will score. Neil's best friend Farino will get one. And then we'll go Aaron Morley, because it's Aaron Morley.
Yeah, and he always scores, and he's quality.
Gats will get a header. Keep up the... Can you imagine going for a whole season only scoring headers? That's as a striker, that's pretty impressive. So yeah, I'll go for his...
I have to ask, gents. I have to ask 2 things that have just stuck out to me in this last 5 minutes, and I need you to elaborate. The loving for Chris Farino and the mystery behind Atete. You're going to have to expand on this, because it's driving me mad.
I'll let you take that, Char, while I let the cat in, mate.
I'm not saying anything about Keon Atete, because otherwise I might get clipped. But Farino...
No, you're going to have to, Charlie. You're gonna have to.
I'm not getting clipped up. Like, Josh is the clipping king, so he can get... If he wants to say anything about Atete, he can... Well, don't even say it now. I mean, we'll probably lose anyway, but I'm still not going to say it. I'll message you afterwards, but even then, you'll probably then make a clip if whatever happens. So,
right.
But Farino, Neil just, as soon as he might have even said it last season, he just rates him a lot, just rates him highly. And he is a good player, to be fair. He don't always play. I mean, he's had a few injury issues, hasn't he? But that's all it is. And he's just set pieces in it for us. I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, a penalty, but as in a corner, I was surprised we didn't concede from one on Tuesday because of our shambolic record of conceding. I think it's over 23, 24 goals we've conceded from corners or balls in the box. So, that's probably why Josh has gone 3-0, because our set piece record is an absolute disgrace. So there we go. Chris Collier gone 2-1 Bolton. Ben Rowland has gone 4-0 Bolton. Pretty much all Bolton wins, to be fair, as you would expect with our away form and where Bolton are in the table. Charlie Keegan's gone 2-1 Bolton. They'll be fired up after Wigan win.
We have to win, gents. That's
of course.
We have to win.
You must. If you don't win, with us going away to your place, then you do not deserve to go up.
No, I agree. And with all due respect, of course, I agree. I think we have to win all, if not the majority of the rest of the games left this season, in my opinion, because I think we need to go into that playoff. And we're likely going to be the one that'll end up 6th if we do, because I don't think...
Where are you two now?
We're 6th.
Oh, you're 6th? Yeah, bang on.
I do hope you go up, by the way, mate, just to get it out there. I do really like Bolton as a club. I think you conduct yourselves well, and I'd love to see Aaron in the champ. So I hope that, obviously, look, you'll beat us tomorrow. I'm hoping that you don't. I really do hope that you don't. But
because we need the points as much as you do.
I know. I like Schumacher a lot. I just think that you conduct yourselves well. Your kits are always nice. You're just nice people up there as well. So I do hope you go up. And it's tough, isn't it? Because you're only combating for 6th, because you can't. Fifth a bit, maybe 2 out of reach. So it's. But I hope you do. I hope you do put it off, my friend.
But thank you. There's plenty of twists and turns, to be fair, between now and the end of the season. Things can happen, can't they? So we just got to try and aim as high as we can. And As I say, I just think we just got to win the rest of the games and see where we end up, really.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, do you know what I've done? I know what I've done now with the comments. And it's because I'm just knackered, and I'm glad I'm now off, so my brain can, relax. But basically, what I've done is I've because I was in such a rush, I've set the stream for morning time. So the comments have gone has done like a backwards or forwards thing and it won't let me open the comments up because I've set the stream for 8 a.m. instead of p.m. And yeah, that's why I can't see the comments, because it's saying on here under every comment p.m. So yeah, I completely messed up. So
you'll get a notification in the morning, or your laptop or your computer will be going mad with loads of notifications popping up.
Yeah, it's gonna
comments.
Yeah, literally as I'm up, because we leave at 8:15 to go tomorrow. So
you going?
Yeah, I'll be there, mate.
Goes to everything, mate.
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. So yeah,
we'll have to meet up, Charlie.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we should get up there fairly early, although it's a long way. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, so let's get into some more, and then I'll do mine. Marco's gone 1-0 Bolton, late heartbreak. That would annoy me even more, man.
Yeah, man.
It's a 4-0 or 3-0 battering, and yeah, a 1-0. Oh, mate, if we lose last minute, I swear. Dave Jones has gone 3-0 Bolton. Let's get to some more, because there's loads of comments. I'm pretty sure that's it for now. But yeah. Leave any more and we're going to finish it up. I know this has been a little bit long, almost going on an hour and a half, but it's just been such a mad one. My prediction is
a long journey.
Yes.
Yeah, a long journey. Yeah, bloody hell. Do you know what? I mean, I don't know why I'm going to say this, but I think we're going to get something. I don't think it'll be a win.
See you later, all right?
I don't think it'd be a win, but I'm going to say 1-1. I'm basing that. Really, I should be realistic, because of. I mean, I know I've only missed one away game, and I've seen 14 losses in 19 games on the road in the league, but. Because of my record at Bolton, I'm going to say we're going to keep on going, and we're not going to lose. So
can I ask a question? Are you on crack, or are you planning on taking crack?
Well, no, I'm on. Maybe it's this rock star.
We got
I don't know.
slapped 5-0 away from home to Lincoln City.
I know.
We then lost 1-0 away from home from Crawley Town.
I know.
And you're predicting that we're going to go to Bolton in there. The only thing I don't like about you, Cole, not you, you're amazing, but your club, your stadium name is awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same.
Listen,
all stadiums now are there.
We're not. But you're predicting
apart from
there, and we're going to get. Listen, I get it. We might have good records, and we had a good record at Charlton, and just.
Yeah, I know. I know. I don't know why.
You're going as well with
I know.
faith.
Well, at least if it is really bad, at least I know the next day I'll be in a different country. So that's all that makes it good. That's literally it. But yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why.
Well, all I would say to that is I think it's the same thing, to be fair, but I'm trying to give you a little bit of hope. When we played Birmingham, people didn't expect us to beat Birmingham, and we hammered them 3-1. So.
Yeah, but you are Bolton Wanderers.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Yeah, I don't think it's the same thing.
But
yeah, again, I'm just trying to give you a little bit of hope.
Yeah, fair.
Trying to back up what you say.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, and yeah, for those saying, Marco saying match review out a day later because trust me, if it's 5-0, I know I've done it for Lincoln, and I've done it for Crawley because I was so fuming. That's what I mean. It's stupid because I was so fuming at Lincoln. I left it the day later. I didn't even go on socials, right? I had to spend half a day in Lincoln with Jake Tongue being our tour guide, right? Left it a day later.
Did he show you Cathedral?
Yeah. No, we didn't. I was like, nah.
Yeah. He loves that bloody thing.
Me and Ben were like, no, we ain't going on a proper. I mean, it was a tour, but not going to Cathedral. No, not an away day. Apologies for people in Lincoln, but yeah. Adam also
Charlie, can I request something if you don't
go
mind? I thought your vlog for our game at your place was fantastic.
Yeah.
Do it again tomorrow.
I mean, I don't know. Is it a 5? You know, do you really? I don't know. Yeah, I will. I'll do one, but
I mean, it'll help from a viewing perspective. Viewpoint, as much as anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. It's just. I mean, I've said 1-1. Realistically, we're going to lose. We're going to get done horribly, yeah. And I don't know. It's just away from home, the pain. Like from that, if there's anything to sum up, like a Rovers fan, right? Yeah, go and look at the vlog, see how happy I was, or even Josh's vlog, see how happy he's been in wins, and then go to losses, and I'm completely a different person.
It's so hard to edit a vlog when you've lost as well.
Yeah.
You got to relive it.
Yeah. But yeah, and Adam Monk saying, as a Rovers fan, can I just turn up, pay £10 on the door and go in? I don't actually know. I don't know.
It's 10 quid for adults and 5 for kids, isn't it? But
do you know how mad that is?
That's great.
Do you know how mad that is?
Brilliant. Do you know why, gents? Do you know why? You will do, won't you? It's we have, I think, 2 or 3 a season. We call them community days.
Oh, yes. So, yeah.
So that's why, essentially, and we can't exactly say, you know, Bolton fans it's a tenner and a fiver, and Bristol Rovers fans you got to pay 25 quid or 30 quid or whatever. So it's only fair that we give you guys the same price, isn't it?
But that's quality though, fair play. But ain't your season tickets cheap as well?
So I've paid 250 quid for mine for next season. I think thereabouts, something like that.
What the hell?
It's ridiculous.
Which is why we've obviously sold, I think, 13,000 for next season already. I think something like that.
Crazy.
But bear in mind, you got to take into consideration, Charlie and Josh. Like, obviously, I know you think it's cheap, which it is. But I think probably even more so than Birmingham, or certainly on a par with Birmingham. The level of corporate hospitality that we've got in our stadium is literally around the whole ground. So
that's
not
true.
as important for us to charge X amount of money for a season ticket, because we'll make it back in from a corporate standpoint, because obviously we've got so much. Obviously got the hotel that's ours that brings in revenue. So there's far more revenue streams other than just the ticket prices. Do you get what I mean? So that
is true.
You can kind of like balance it a little bit.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, because I know quite a few people, including Ben, that are staying up there. Staying up in the
hotel. Yeah, well, you might as well, aren't you? It's built in the ground, aren't you? So it makes sense.
Yeah. But there you go. Yeah, I said 1-1. Goal scorers. Sorry. I'll go McAtee, and I'll go Gatlin, because to get another header, why not keep on that 4-headed goals? But yeah, Josh has gone 3-1 Bolton. Cole's gone 3-1. Neil's gone 3-0. Some stupid reason I've gone 1-1, but there you go. Like I said on Sunday, we'll try and get if the connection's good in the place that I'm staying in, then we'll do a live stream. If not, we'll let you know on socials, and we'll do like a pre-recorded video like we've done a few times this season. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I'll try and get a video out on the day, unless it's 5-0 again.
Get it done, Charlie. Get it done.
But yeah,
think of your channel.
Appreciate it. Thanks to Cole again for coming on. Make sure you go and follow the Fan Zone podcast. Check them out. They're quality pod. Follow Josh as well. Follow Neil, Gasman TV. Josh's TikTok is the same as his Twitter and his Instagram handle, so make sure you go and follow that if you haven't already. But yeah, any other words you guys want to say before we end it?
It's just reiterating what I said earlier. Obviously, I don't wish you any luck whatsoever tomorrow. I hope you get absolutely battered. But beyond that, I do hope you have a really strong end to the season and you manage to stay in this godforsaken league that I can't wait to get out of. But yeah, because obviously if you do that, I do think you can. I think the manager you've got seems to kind of get it as well. I think buy into is kind of bought into your club, and hopefully he can solidify in this league, and then hopefully you can push on, because I think you're a great club, and I think your fans deserve it, especially your home fans are fantastic. So yeah, fingers crossed that you manage to stay up.
Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, we're gonna end it now. Appreciate everyone that has tuned in live. I know it's gone on a little bit longer. I will rewatch it back and then edit the timestamps in as well. I know it's obviously a day later, which we prefer it to do on a Thursday, but I was busy yesterday, so that's why it wasn't yesterday. So apologies. So I'll edit it, and those of you watching back, then just hope you enjoy it as well as the ones that have watched live. Subscribe. Like I said, Fanzone Pod, check them out. Cole, give him a follow as well. Great lad. Josh and Neil, as always, appreciate them coming on. Hope you've enjoyed it. Fingers crossed we can get something. And yeah, have a good rest of your Friday night. And we'll see you in a bit. Up the gas.